Everybody set?
Set.
Questions?
Why'd you make the change, Ray?
It was time to upgrade the program. We came here with the promise that in all of our sports, we were going to work to be elite, best in class. And it's time to be able to do that in men's basketball. Didn't feel that the performance was heading in that direction. And so you got to make tough decisions and be able to do it decisively and move on. We're going to better the program. We're going to give this basketball program a chance to compete consistently for championships. That's one of the things we promised that we wanted to accomplish here. We want to have our fan base energized and passionate and fired up about men's basketball. And we didn't see that. I didn't see that occurring. And so now is the time, with the momentum we have at this university, in this athletic department, to make that happen.
Right. Do you have a short list of candidates? Do you have any characteristics you're looking for?
A short list, I wouldn't call it a short list. We're going to launch a national search. It will be thoughtful, it will be deliberate. So we don't have a short list. We will be getting a list together in short order because, in fact, we want to make sure that we get ourselves reset to be able to really get out and make sure we're recruiting, we're retaining, and that will be kind of our time frame. It won't be a long time, but we're not going to hurry.
There's a report that you guys have already offered Jeff Capel the job. Is that accurate?
That is inaccurate. One thing I know, having been an agent, is there's a lot of speculation out there, and agents are certainly trying to position their clients, but that is absolutely not true. We haven't hired anybody, we haven't offered anybody, we haven't talked to anybody, and that will be a process that will commence immediately, I'm sure, given the number of calls we've already had today by agents and others trying to pitch various prospects.
Hey, Herb, how did your opinion of Herb evolve or change over the last 90 days?
My opinion of Herb is that Herb is an outstanding man. I respect him and I admired him. But the challenge, very frankly, was to improve the performance of the team on the field. When we extended him last year, we did so because I thought the recruiting was going well. I thought we had improved our assistant coaches. But I also really believe that the performance could be elevated. And very frankly, that didn't happen this year, in my opinion. So my opinion of Herb as the man has not changed and won't ever change. But I came to the conclusion over the course of the season, taking everything that we were able to evaluate, that we weren't going to get better enough in the time frame that we expect to be playing at a competitive level.
I know it's just one game, but can you talk a little bit about how the USC loss in the Pac-12 tournament impacted this ultimate decision?
It did not, neither did the Arizona game impact the whole decision. You take the whole body of work and then you evaluate, hopefully objectively, unemotionally. And so the USC game was a disappointment, no question, but the Arizona game was a moment of elation, no question. But when you take everything in total, didn't see the performance and the progress that would give me confidence that we were going to get better soon enough.
Ray, what are the characteristics you look for in a head coach?
Very frankly, I'm looking for someone who's going to come in here and provide electricity and fire and sparks and really ignite the thought that Arizona State University men's basketball can be really dynamic. And so I'm looking for someone who has that personality. I'm looking for someone who is a dynamic recruiter. I'm looking for someone who's a dynamic developer of basketball talent. I'm looking for someone who can come in here and energize the people who want ASU basketball to be really electric, to get those people excited about participating and investing and coming out to support the program. That's what we're looking for.
Is there a specific mindset or message you're trying to send by holding this press conference in the Hall of Fame underneath the sign that says Conference Championships?
No, I just follow the directions of Mark Brand and Rocky, our chief of staff, and they tell me where we're going and why we're doing it. I'm happy to meet with y'all, but no, I did not have anything to do with the strategy of this location. Frankly, I thought we were going into the theater until about 20 seconds before I turned the corner.
Hey, Ray, what do you think about the talk? This is a tough job, or it's tough to win there, and nobody's been able to do that. I mean, I'm guessing you find that talk unacceptable.
Very much unacceptable. I'm not really concerned with the dismal past. I'm concerned with a bright and electric future. So we came here with the mission that we want all of our programs to be really exciting. And again, I use the term best in class and elite because we mean that. So what I would suggest to you is that the folks who will be interested in this position and the folks that we will seek out will see Arizona State for what it is, which is the best place for them to come and try to help us build a men's basketball program. Look at this campus, look at this community, look what we're trying to do with the momentum of our programs overall with football and baseball and wrestling and gymnastics. We're not settling for folks who want to come in here and just think there's no way up. The person who comes in here will buy into the mission that this is a rocket ship, and they can be part of it if they come in here with the right attitude.
Step one is getting a new coach in place. What's step two to reach the elite level?
You've got to support them in all ways, shapes, and form. I think we have a tremendous foundation here. So you need to bring that coach in and then be able to make sure you give them the support. And we will give that support. We will need folks to step up and help us upgrade what we offer in terms of a basketball facility. There's no question that we have first grade practice facility. But at some point, to be competitive long term, we're going to upgrade our basketball game day experience. And that coach will be fired up about knowing that it might not be happening now, but in the not too distant future, we're going to work hard and we're going to get people energized about helping us to figure that out.
Ray, until a new head coach is in place, what will be the plan relative to reaching out to the current returning players and the recruits?
I already met with our current players today because I think it's important that they be able to sit down and in the same room interact and be able to have a discussion and answer their questions about why are we doing this and what is the way forward. So we've already done that because we want them to know that this is your program. This is partly to make their experience a better one for the time they have here and to get them excited about once you leave here to be able to come back and because you know that ASU basketball matters to the administration. So we've already met with them. We certainly have the ability to reach out to our recruits and their families who have committed to say, be patient, stay the course. For those who maybe have changed their hearts and decommitted, we will say to them, just stay patient and wait and see what we do in terms of the next staff and what we do in terms of upgrading this program and the excitement that we're going to infuse. And very frankly, we think those results are going to be positive.
The press release mentioned that there wasn't going to be any, any effect on the athletic budget because of this move. Were there people who came to you, were there donors who came to you who wanted to make this change and ponied up in order to pay for what's left on Sendek's contract?
No, the donors don't come and say, make the change. In a situation like this, what we have to do, because very frankly, in this environment, in this economy, when you want to do changes in your athletic department, you better figure your own way to be able to justify them and frankly to pay for them. So as you think about a long-term vision, you're able to have discussions about we need to upgrade men's basketball overall. And part of doing that is to be able to make the changes necessary, in this case, the coach. So those who want to step up and help us figure that out, we're just going to look to you to be able to help us do that. And folks who care about the program said, you know, we understand the vision, we understand what we're trying to do. And so with assistance, we were able to figure that out in very short order, frankly.
In your short time here, there have already been a bunch of changes. What does this particular change in the context of the others say about expectations here at Arizona State for athletics?
Well, it says that the status quo and being mediocre is not acceptable here. You know, we didn't come here, and I say this, and I don't mean to be goofy about it, but you know, we didn't come here to be ordinary. We came here to be extraordinary. Michael Crow wants to be extraordinary in everything this institution stands for, and part of the reasons why I'm here is because I want to help him get extraordinary in everything athletics. So, being mediocre, being middle of the pack, is not something we aspire to do. We want to be able to have an athletic program that is representative of a university that says we want to be amongst the best, and we're going to do whatever we have to do within the rules and within reason and within business sense to get us there. And one of the main things I feel the responsibility is that when you have student athletes commit to come to Arizona State to be a student athlete for us, if there's one thing we really owe them is the best instructors we can give them so that their experience is robust and they can be as successful as possible. That means you got to have the best head coaches and support staff here. That's what we intend to provide.
Will this have any effect on, there's been a lot of discussion about renovating Wells Fargo Arena. Will this have any effect on that?
I don't know if there's a direct effect. I think I alluded to earlier that part of the excitement and the vision for the folks coming here, well, they will understand and appreciate that while we have dynamic practice facilities, our vision, just like it is with football, just like it is with Phoenix Muni, is to upgrade the game day basketball experience. So hopefully they will be excited about that. They won't make it a conditioned precedent, or else they're not going to be with us, because that shouldn't be the thing that's driving them. But it will be an important sales point to know that we have the vision and we have the aspiration to also provide a frontline basketball game day experience, very frankly, the way we're going to end up with our football reinvention.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
And I should say that we're not going to have any one-offs or any follow-ups, just like we did with the baseball. The next time you hear from us is when we will be announcing our new head coach. I hope you will respect that. We're not being evasive. We just owe it to everybody to be very discreet with the process, because anybody whose names gets mentioned out there could be at odds with their own university and their own recruiting, and that's not fair to anybody. So we won't participate in that, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome.